Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be reading you a book about famous artist Henri Matisse. And after that, we're going to do a collage art activity together. So, sit comfortably and let's listen. Henri's Scissors by Jeanette Winter. Matisse got as close as one can get to heaven with a pair of scissors. In a small weaving town in France, a young boy named Henri Emile Benoit Matisse watched his mother paint china. He wanted to paint too. He drew pictures in the sand, and he drew pictures in his school books. When Henri was a young man, he drew pictures in his law books and on contracts, deeds, and wills. Henri was sick in bed with appendicitis one winter. His mother gave him a box of paints, and he painted until he was well. He kept on painting, forgot about law, and left his small town to be an artist in Paris. Henri painted pictures day after day and year after year. He was happy, and his paintings made people happy. But when Matisse was an old man, he fell ill, so ill he couldn't paint, so ill he couldn't sit up, so ill he could only lie in bed and sleep. His paintings floated by in his dreams. Matisse finally opened his eyes, and they were filled with sadness. Now he must remain in bed or use a wheelchair. Would he ever have the energy to paint again? When Matisse was strong enough to travel, he went to the seaside. The sea air might help him get well. Before long, he sat up. A little later, he drew. Then one day, Matisse picked up a pair of scissors and cut out shapes from painted paper. He was drawing with scissors. A pair of scissors is a wonderful instrument. Matisse cut paper all day. My pleasure in cutting things out grows even greater. Why didn't I think of it earlier? His assistants painted paper for him all day. It seems to me that I am in a second life. Paper cutouts covered his walls. One evening, Matisse lay in bed and drew the faces of his grandchildren on the ceiling with a piece of chalk tied to a long pole. Can you see them up there? As he fell asleep, they looked down on him and saw his dreams. They saw the shapes that surrounded him in sleep. Shush! As time went on, Matisse cut bigger and bigger shapes. They filled his seaside room with colour. You see, as I am obliged to remain often in bed, I have made a little garden all around me where I can walk. There are leaves, fruits, a bird, and also a cat who doesn't look too pleased about the bird. I am deeply contented, happy. Look at all of these strange shapes. Almost look like seaweed. Then one night, Matisse walked out into his paper garden, and the rainbow of shapes cradled the young artist, the old artist, sorry, he's old by now, and carried him into the heavens. Perhaps he was young at heart. Are some of the stars we see at night coming to us from Henri's scissors? Perhaps. The end. Oh, goodness gracious, Katie. So that is a little story about Henri, and that gives us a little bit of information about him, his art, and his life. I really like Henri's work, and I actually have behind me, there's a painting that he did, geraniums. Obviously it's not the real one, it's a print, and another artwork of his down here, which I really like. Parlez-vous français? Non? Oui? Ah. Merci. Bonjour. These are the kinds of things that Matisse would have said because he lived in France. So here I have one of Matisse's artworks. It's just laminated. So we can see that he's used lots of different colors and different shapes of paper that he's cut out to make this artwork. He's sort of done a border in orange. We can see here he's cut out lots of different shapes and put them around the border. What I notice is that they're not perfect shapes. They're cut quite roughly, and I think that's what makes it really effective. Then he's cut out different colors, different kinds of shapes, and arranged them in the middle in a way that he thinks looks good. And I think it looks good as well. We can see his signature there. I also have this one, which is a bit more detailed. Let's get it to focus. There we go. So in this one, his shapes are kind of, they're not so jagged and pointy like a rectangle or a square, but a bit more flowy and curvy. Like these ones kind of look like I mentioned before, like seaweed. This one, no, it kind of looks a bit like a snake, but remember, it doesn't have to be anything. It's just a shape, some kind of shape, any shape. And we've got this one here and this one here, where he has actually cut out the white shape and then taken red bits that he's cut out and stuck on top. So he's had to figure out how small he has to make that so it will fit in there. And it's the same with these ones. Look at these little triangles, skinny triangles that he's cut out to fit in there. So this is a really beautiful piece as well. I really, really love this one. All right, so let's get started with our own artworks. All right, everyone, here we are. So you're going to need scissors. Make sure you're safe with them. You will need glue. If you're just we're using paper and cardboard, so just a normal glue stick should be fine. But if you have another type of glue at home, then that's all right. You can use that. And then I have picked some colors from my cardboard to use, just colors that I was feeling today. But if you're using something like newspaper or a magazine or a catalogue, or you're going to color your own paper, get that organized first. So maybe rip out the page that you want to use from the magazine or the newspaper and color your paper, your white paper first, before we start this. All right, so I'm going to pick my background. I think I'm going to do my blue, my dark blue, as the background, because as soon as I looked at that with the yellow, it kind of reminded me of the nighttime sky. We've got the back, the blue is the dark sky, and then we could do some stars with the yellow, which could be quite good. And I also have some pink and green that I can make some other interesting shapes with as well. So I need to get started and get cutting. And you need to really concentrate and take it slow when you're cutting out these shapes, because it's easy to cut out a square, but it's probably not easy for me to cut out a star. I haven't cut out many stars in my life, so I just need to take it slow and remember, if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter, because Matisse's shapes were never perfect, and if they were, they wouldn't have been as effective. It wouldn't have looked as good. So I'm going to try. So my star's going to have 5 points. This might work, I think. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. It's going to be really imperfect, this star, and I will love it. Nice point at the top. Oh, it's nice and long. All right, so there I have my first star. Can go anyway. I think it went that way when I cut it out. So it can go like that. And I can decide where to put him. Oh, it does look like the nighttime sky, doesn't it? Lovely. All right, so I'm going to glue him up here and put a little bit of glue on the back of my star. Don't put your glue onto your background everywhere, because you don't need to have glue everywhere on the background. So let's put a bit on the back of your shape and then stick it where you like it. Just like that. Okay, I need another star. So I need quite a few stars in my sky. How did I do it? Okay, I did a triangle at the bottom, like that. So if you were doing a star, you could follow on with this. Triangle at the bottom, and that makes our shape at the bottom. I'm going to cut out this point. It's like little legs almost. And then some arms, I guess. Arm on the other side. And a witch's hat on top. Yeah. I have my second star. And you can see that they're not the same. The shapes are different, but that's what makes it look really cool. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. If you really want to do stars and you're having trouble with it, you need to have patience, okay? Don't rush. You can pause this video anytime and just keep working, and then you can restart it again when you need to. If it helps, you could draw a star on your paper and then cut that out. So then you have a guide. That's fine as well. All right, I need one more star, and then I'm going to do a few shapes with my other colors. I think this star's going to be a little bit bigger than the others, just how it's seeming. By the way, boys and girls, you might think, oh, well, this is just, Matisse just cut out strange, imperfect shapes and stuck them down. How is that special? Well, trust me, those artworks are worth a lot of money. Lots and lots, millions and millions and millions of dollars. So my big star, I'm going to pop down here. I like how this is looking. I almost feel like I don't want to put the pink and green on there because this looks quite good. What could I do then? Well, perhaps I could do what Matisse did and put some shapes inside my stars, just like he did with his strange shapes at the top that we saw. So I'm going to do green. I'm going to fit a little green triangle in here and just see how it looks first of all. See if I want to keep that. Does he fit? Oh, he does. Oh, yeah, I like that. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll see if I can get a bit closer. You've got some green in there. Yeah, I'm going to stick that on. That's good. So I could do the same with my pink as well. Get another colour in there, nice bright colour. I'm going to try and put one here in this star. So it has to be about maybe that big. Yep, that will work. Nice. You see that? Okay. Now, with your little offcuts, like these that I have here, these random shapes, you can always use them. You can put them into your picture. You might put one here in the corner. Maybe you do a background or, not a background, sorry, a border like Matisse had, the orange border. But they're useful, so don't just throw them out straight away. Other shapes that you might like to make could be some of the twirly curly ones that look like seaweed. So to do that, I'm going to start cutting, not straight up, to the side. I'm going to curve around like I'm doing a circle, but then I'm going to curve around the other way. Curve that way. And then I'm going to go make it look like a sort of a snake shape. So I'm going to go back this way, curve it back around. Oh, sorry, I'm not letting you see. Yeah, it looks like a worm more than a snake maybe. So that could go there. Oh, that looks really nice actually. I like the pink with the blue and the yellow. So in a moment, I'm going to pause my video and we'll both go away and we'll make our artworks and I'll come back and show you my finished product at the end. All right. Remember, you can make any kind of shapes you like. Be patient if you're trying to make something difficult like a star. All right, I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm not finished yet. I'm just going to give you a little update of how I'm going. So midway through, you can see my work here. I've got some big, curvy shapes, and I've added some shapes inside that as well. More squarish sort of shapes or rhombus and some triangles as well. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to add a little bit more. I don't want to crowd the paper too much. So I'm just going to add a few more bits and pieces and then I'll show you it at the end. Okay, bye. Okay, everybody, I think that I'm finished with mine. So I'll bring it up to the camera and show you. There we go. I really like it. It reminds me of the colours and the prints and patterns and things that we would have seen in the 90s and the 80s. Maybe some of the older members of your family might remember that. So there it is. I'm happy with that. Very nice. So, what do you think? Do you like it? I'd love to see yours when it's finished, so make sure you take a photo and post it so that I get to see it as well. Maybe I will frame this one and put it up near Matisse's works. All right, take care. See you next time. Bye.